My name is Ryan Casey, and I am in speech 1315. And my third speech is over domestic violence in the NFL. To start off my speech, I have a picture of just showing some recently suspended offenses, and the top offense is 16 games, and it's for smoking marijuana. They also have a 6-game suspension if you use performance-enhancing drugs, a 5-game suspension for violating NFL rules, a 4-game suspension for using Adderall, and a 2-game suspension for a domestic violence charge. I have 6 sources, a couple pictures, and a couple other things. So my 3 main points is the NFL's rules with domestic violence, and the solution needs to be a new set of rules, rules set in stone for players who violate and get charged with domestic violence. The NFL is so popular, there are so many kids that look up to the players, and they should set the example for it. If you break the law, you should get punished, no matter who you are, no matter how popular you are in the league. Main point number 1, the number of domestic violence cases in the NFL. The biggest domestic violence case that's probably came up in my lifetime has been Ray Rice. He is a former running back for the Baltimore Ravens, and like I said, he's probably the most notable domestic violence case in NFL history. This all came about whenever there was a video that surfaced of him hitting his wife on an elevator and then dragging her out of the elevator. And at first, he was suspended 2 games by the NFL. And then he was released by the Baltimore Ravens. And then after that, after the NFL started taking a little backlash from him, suspending him 2 games, they finally suspended him indefinitely. I have a picture of Ray Rice here. You can see what he looks like. The next case was Adrian Peterson. He's a current running back for the Minnesota Vikings. He was suspended from the league 2 years ago for whipping his son with a tree branch. This case went on for a while. He at first got suspended 2 games, and then he went to court and was found guilty of beating his son, and then the NFL suspended him for a year after his court case was up. I also have a picture of him. So those were the 2 main suspensions that have happened in the NFL, and those are pretty harsh, but the next 2 that I'm about to talk about, they are pretty weak. It's pretty pathetic they just gave him this many games. First guy is Greg Hardy. He's currently not playing in the NFL. He played for the Dallas Cowboys last season. He got in trouble for hitting his girlfriend. He got suspended originally for 10 games, but then it was reduced to 4 after he appealed the suspension, which is pretty pathetic. I got a picture of him, about 6'6". And the next guy that happened this year, his name is Josh Brown. He's a kicker for the New York Giants. He was only suspended 1 game at the beginning of this season, and then later cut for quoting, "I became an abuser and hurt Molly physically, emotionally, and verbally. I viewed myself as God, basically, and she was my slave." That's messed up. I got a picture of him. And then this is a picture of the NFL's arrest rates. Domestic violence is number one, and there's a bunch of them. To me, there needs to be a certain number of games these players should get suspended, and they should be probably longer than a year without pay. Six-game suspension is the current rule. Doesn't happen much, it's usually less than that for some reason. And there should be a lengthy set of days for a suspension whenever a player gets charged with this and also found guilty. It's a crime that's probably it's the worst thing you can do in my book. And in closing, domestic violence is a crime that must not be dealt with lightly. The NFL needs a certain set of punishment for any type of domestic violence case and be strict with it. Thank you. Have a good day.